It's time now for the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center here on Mid-Minnesota Sports. And with us today is a Sauk Center senior. This is McKenna Thompson. Well, McKenna, if we could start out, tell us about your family, okay?
My parents are Darren and Carrie Thompson, and I have two sisters, Brianna and Haley.
You know, as I see Mom and Dad, they're at everything, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. How important is that for you to have that kind of support, and also too for your teammates? Do you guys talk about that, or how important is that for everyone?
I really enjoy when they're there. It makes me feel a little more confident, and I think the team really likes it because they'll cheer on everybody.
Mm-hmm. Especially these days with everything going on. How has school been working out for you?
Pretty good. It's a little different, a little weird because we're not in school every day.
Can you take us through a typical day and a typical week for you now? What are you doing at school?
Mondays I'll be in school. I'll get there about 8:10. I have 3 classes that are actually in school, and then I have 2 of my classes that are online.
Okay. How does the online work? Is that okay?
Yes, I enjoy going to online school. It works a little more for me because I like to work ahead and learn by myself.
Do you find that the other students too are keeping up with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you get a lot of help from the teachers?
Some of the classes, it kind of depends. If you have a question, all you have to do is email them and they'll help you.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about some other activities that you're involved in. What are you involved in at school?
Softball. That's the other one I'm in.
Okay, and cross country.
Yep.
Let's touch on cross country here for a second. What I'd like to ask you to do is, can you take us through a race, okay? When you show up at a course, what are you looking for? Say you go to Sauk Center, you go to Long Prairie, Morris is a little bit different. What are you looking for?
Normally we start out by walking the course, and I like courses with hills. It's a little harder for other people, but I think I do pretty good on hills, so I like courses that aren't just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, why do you think you're better at hills?
Not really sure. I know most of the Sauk Center people are because we train hills more than other teams do.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll make it easier.
So when you do start a race, what are you thinking about? What is your game plan? Does it depend on the course, first of all?
No, not really. Normally I'll start off by running faster than my normal pace just to get ahead and get a spot. And then I'll slow down after probably half a mile and then go to my normal pace.
So when you say that, are you just trying to stay within your own head here, or are you looking at your opponents out there?
I pretty much stay within my own head. If I know someone from the other team that I normally run with, I'll pick them out, run with them for a while, and then towards the end I'll get faster.
It has to be, though, you get to a certain point, I would suppose, in a race that you're running against somebody and you're thinking, I'm not going to catch her. Is that true?
Yeah, sometimes I think that, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I can catch her, so then I'll speed up towards the end and run with her for a while and then try to get the next girl.
So clarify for us, how long is a race? How far?
3.1 miles.
All right, so do you break it down then as to your pacing?
Yes. My first mile I run faster, and then the second one I'll slow down a little bit, and then the third one I'll try to get faster again.
Do you find too that some days are better than others?
Yes. I think when it's colder I'll run faster. It's easier, not as hot.
Okay, because like when you go down to Morris, typically it's hot down there, isn't it?
Yes, that'll be a slower time because it's so hot.
How has it worked out too now with not as many teams, not as many runners? Are you adapting to that?
Yeah, I think it's a little easier with less people because then you won't be running into everybody. Yeah. So
as you go about halfway through, I see a lot of runners about halfway through. What is your mindset at that point?
Kind of just keep pushing, try to make it to the end. It gets hard during the last mile, like you just want to quit. But
so what do you say to yourself to motivate yourself?
Catch the next girl, gotta finish for the team.
This may seem like a dumb question too. With people cheering as the race goes on, can you hear that? Does that affect you?
No, I do not listen to anybody else.
Okay, so we can yell all we want and you're just going to go.
Yep.
You know, do you find that it is a lot of mental, using your mental aspects out there for racing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So again, going back to a race, when do you decide to start to kick it in?
Probably the last half mile, start getting faster, and then once you see the finish line, I just sprint, try to catch the girl in front of me.
So again, it's not like you're winning every race. How do you handle just getting beat by somebody and going on to the next one?
I just try to do as best as I can. I know I'm not the best runner out there, but run with the girl that I think I can run with and do better next time.
How has cross country been developing here for Sauk Centre through the years? Because it seems the numbers are really up, aren't they? And
Yes.
and why?
I'm not too sure, but it's nice to see everybody come out, try a new sport, see if they like it.
Well, it's been going pretty well, and
Yeah.
I think hopefully it continues to grow. Do you see a lot of younger athletes out there?
Yeah, there's a lot more younger kids, which is a good thing. Hopefully they keep coming out. It's nice to see new people.
I should ask you, I always like to hear from athletes that, first of all, how did you get started with cross country?
My older sister ran it, and I went to a lot of her meets, and I always enjoyed running. My parents run too, so we always ran in like 5K races when we were younger.
So as you grew into the sport, then did you kind of look up to a lot of runners out there, and who were they?
My sister and my parents, pretty much.
All right, real good. Before we touch more on softball, I do want to talk about softball in a way that you use your speed pretty well in softball, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so before softball though, have you ever thought about getting on the track team?
I have this year, I don't know. It's a little different. I like running more than softball, I think.
Okay, so is that what you're going to do here your senior year?
I haven't really decided yet. I think I might stick with softball.
All right. I wanted to show right now in Midmnsports an example of how you use your speed in softball.
Throw down to second base will be not in time to throw a little high. Sliding in safely was McKenna Thompson. A 1-ball count, the pitch, a strike. Oh, now the runner's going to third base, and they throw it away. And she's going to score. Well, how about that? McKenna Thompson with a late break to third.
So again, on the softball team, the one thing I notice is, describe this for me. You all seem to be having some fun out there, are you?
Yes, I think we have a really good bond as a team. We look up to each other, help each other out.
Because you have your little pregame rituals.
Yep.
What is that all about? Describe that for us.
Just to get some energy flowing, tell us we can beat the team. We're a good team. We don't need, I don't know, just a little pump up energy.
You know, I think I should bring up too with for cross country with Coach Metcalf and also for softball too, Coach Smeezing. Can you tell us on how they kind of motivate you, not only personally but as a team too?
Yeah, they tell us that we don't have to win every game. Some of them are going to be harder, so just play as hard as we can. Do as much as we can to win.
So on the softball team, what do you play?
I play center field.
All right. And how is softball going? Because again, just like cross country, to get all these athletes out, what is the future of Sauk Centre softball?
I think the future is going to be good. Yeah, there's a lot of good girls coming up. So.
All right, excellent. Well, you're a senior now, and so next year you're not going to be here at Sauk Centre High School. What are the plans for you?
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about radiation and maybe physical therapy. Got to pick between those two.
And where do you go to do that?
I'm thinking lacrosse in Wisconsin.
Is that right?
Yep.
How did you end up out there?
My dad was kind of helping me look. He came up with that one.
Okay, well, real good. Well, thank you for being with us here, McKenna, and good luck for the cross-country meet here coming up, and also for softball. We look forward to that too, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's McKenna Thompson. She is the Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Diamond Point in Sauk Centre here on Mid-Minnesota Sports.